Hi, I'm Andrew, an entrepreneur and a computer science student,
Hi, I'm Raveen, a psychology major student.
and you're now listening to the Ink Thoughts podcast, where we ponder and talk about incongruous thoughts ranging from our daily life to the human mind. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Ink Thoughts podcast.
Hello, everyone. When the audience get to listen to this, I guess it has passed a few weeks. But yeah, let me wish Andrew Kwan happy birthday today.
Okay, thanks a lot for that. But yeah, other than that, actually, this episode is actually our first episode that we're recording on a Wednesday. Normally we'll record on a Friday because we actually tend to record it a week in advance. And since Vereen is now graduated and still finding a job, while I'm pretty free as well. So yeah, I'm thinking let's just pre-record a few episodes first. And in case when we need to have like a break or something, we can actually have one. So yes, What are we talking about today, Vereen?
Okay, so today we're going to talk about choosing between life of excellence and mediocrity. So I believe that quite some people, especially in the Asian family, we all aim high, which we aim for distinction and excellent performance. So yeah, well, before we start to discuss more about it, actually, what makes you think of this topic?
To be honest, I don't fully agree with your statement. So you talk about us trying to aim high.
Yeah.
But no, actually, in fact, at least for me, no. We only aim high because our parents asked us to do so. So if I have the choice, actually, I wouldn't have went through the path that I went when I was younger. Because aiming those kind of high isn't the stuff which I actually interested in and something that I actually want to work on. Yeah, especially I prefer more of the way like in the Western culture where they are more open to various sources of subjects or things in life which you should focus on. Yeah, you can basically go and find your particular interest and then maybe put more effort into that. So that's something that I'm more interested in. Yeah.
Okay, but
What about you? So are you the one that actually aim high? I believe you may be the one from what I know. Like aim high for the sake of aiming high, but now that you are more grown up, do you think that you are aiming high for your reason or are you aiming high for your parents' reason? I think this is something that's worth thinking.
Yeah. I actually didn't really thought of this before until you mentioned it just now. So, now that I recall what I've been doing, I guess, well, I aim high for myself, but I believe there's a certain extent of influence from my parents. Like, I want them to,
okay. There's something more important behind this. You aim high for yourself, but are you tying your identity to achieving the results, or are you tying your identity to the how do we call this, the recognition by your parents upon receiving the results?
Okay, this is a bit difficult.
Because usually we aim high, we don't well, at least I'm thinking at myself, like I believe you do the same as well. Most of the Asian children do the same as well. We are just focusing on the results when we aim high, when we try to achieve high grades, everything like this. We just care about the final results, and then does the result give you satisfaction, or actually you are waiting for the moment when you go back home and you show this paper to your parents, and then your parents recognize your achievement, and then that's the final satisfaction when you get, because you do get some satisfaction when you get on whole of the maybe 100 marks exam paper, but then because the satisfaction or the happiness that you get from that is the expectation which you think that your parents will be happy, your parents will reward you or something. And then and when you go back, let's say your parents said something which don't exactly recognize that, you will feel sad, because of course happiness is kind of like reality minus expectation. So when reality minus expectation turn out to be something negative, so mainly like your expectation is your parents will be a lot, you will recognize you a lot more, and then your reality doesn't turn out that much, you actually feel sad. Yeah, basically then you turn out to be sad. So like happiness is kind of like reality minus expectation.
Okay.
Right? So yeah, I think I said a lot back there, and then you were saying something?
Yeah. So okay, I think for the most I guess the most excellent results that I've been achieving is during my primary school, especially from standard 4 onwards. So I think at first I didn't actually aim like I wanted to be in top 10 in the school or whatever, but it turns out to be like this.
So you're just being smart?
No, I was.
So you're just being smart?
No, I was
you're just born smart.
No.
Okay.
So
what makes you so hardworking though? There has to be a reason behind your hardworkingness-ish thing. Yeah.
Well, my hardworking actually just that I focus in the class. That's a very special thing that during my standard 4, I actually didn't really talk much in the class. Like, yeah, almost every day I just talk with 1 or 2 friends. Then yeah, so I focus a lot during class. I enjoy the lesson. Yeah. Then
so you truly enjoyed the lesson.
Which I don't know why in the past I did
truly
that.
Enjoyed it. You actually you enjoy the process instead of the result, by like back then.
Yes. I mean, at first, I because I didn't actually think of getting top 10 in the school or whatever, but it turns out to be like that. So when I achieved that result, I was quite surprised, and of course, I feel happy.
Okay. Wow. Like, well, now do you enjoy process more than the result? Actually, you can't really compare that. I think by that time, you just didn't know that you get that result. But after the result thing, does the process push you to be hardworking, or the result push you to be hardworking? Like after achieving your first grade, like the top 10 grade or something like that.
I think.
Do you still remember that?
I wouldn't deny that the result pushes me to get better result as well. But one thing that I remember. Yes. One thing that I remember is that throughout the journey from standard 4 to standard 6, I've observed that my result constantly improve. But then, what makes me happy is I realize that every time when I get my exam paper back, I'm getting a higher mark. Like so that I know I'm actually performing better. So that improvement actually makes me feel satisfied.
Okay. So let's say around your standard 4, you're not tying. I guess you are really enjoying the process, and then your improvement is tied to maybe like maybe motivation by progress. So what happened last time, so you improve upon that, because that kind of motivated to study harder, and then it's not really linked to any recognition or reward by your parents.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very interesting.
So that's one that's also why I didn't really understand your perspective of this life excellence thing.
But yeah, like now do you understand where like you just live for the identity thing, right? Yeah.
Yes, I get you.
But now do you still enjoy the process more than the result?
To be honest, it's very hard.
Let's say in university, which you just ended.
It's very hard to distinguish this. I don't know why. Like for now, because I think maybe because the result can mean so much to us, like because we are so care about our future now. So we kind of tie the future thing to our result, and then so we put so much stress on that result. So we didn't really think about the process.
But have you thought of like tying? Because like I agree that we are too focused on result being a quantitative measure of our future. Have you thought of any other ways to improve your future? Like what I did would be like doing more other activities, like joining more events, getting know of more people within the realm which you are hoping to join. Maybe in your case, psychology, the psychology circle, something like that. Have you thought of that? Because that's what I have thought. I've been doing so. Rather than following through our courses and then just try to achieve the maybe like distinction or be part of the dean list. I've been trying to like just get to know people who are already in an industry, like in data science and computer science, and then like actively ask them, so what is the real thing that I need to improve on? What's the main thing? Like especially in computer science, they talk about what's important is that you need to have a track record, and then you need to have your we have this
Track
thing called
record?
GitHub where we just like share our code. So basically whatever, it's literally track record of your projects, your coding progress and all that. So that's where I talked about GitHub, where it's a repository where you just like store your code online, and then you can share it to others as well. So like your employee can look at that like and see what you have done. Like it doesn't matter whether it's like personal or even like school projects. So they just have to know that you have done something. So
it's like a portfolio kind of stuff.
That is kind of that. Yes, exactly. Yes, that's actually the word.
Okay.
And that kind of matters more than your degree, like first class, second class. Of course, those classes does mean something. It gives them an easier way to filter through. But by using your portfolio, you are able to you can actually get to jobs without using your degree by just using your portfolio as well. Because when you are actively engaging in the community where you are working on projects and all this, people see your portfolio and then they come from a company which is actually hiring. They might just come and find you and do this, like just hire you because damn, this guy is impressive. He has done like 50 projects. So
yes.
Yeah, have you thought of like other ways to like rank life instead of just using like quantitative method like the degree which you just achieved? I think actually you haven't got your degree, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna get it. So yeah.
Okay. Well, yes, in my opinion, I actually think that our academic result means quite a lot, but at the same time, I actually think that you need to develop more different kind of, let's say, skills or knowledge that will eventually help you in different way in the future. You might not be able to directly tie the two things together for now, but someday in the future it might help you. So that's also one of the reasons that I've been actively involved in extracurricular activities last time. Yeah,
exactly. Yes,
because
sometimes actually from all these extracurricular activities, the most important thing is like the social connection, social interaction, or the social context which you actually get. Those can massively help you in the future in ways that you can't expect, you can't imagine right now. Yeah, right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, but actually, so I just want to ask one thing, is that so by today, are you still aiming for life of excellence? Using do you think that you're still trying to aim for life of excellence?
Actually, I think yes, but I have a different perspective. Aiming.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. So, what is your definition of life of excellence?
Okay. Life of excellence. Okay, everyone might have a different definition, but for me, I think it's more of the attitude part. Like it's an attitude that leads you to constantly improve and maybe getting a better job or whatever that you want, you like your life goals. So it acts like a instinctive. No. What I'm going to say. Like it drives you to achieve more. It's like a motivation.
Okay. So that's
Yeah.
your
How
life
about
of
you?
excellence. But would you agree that the general public's life of excellence is probably work hard, get a good job, get a house, get car, get a family, get a few kids, and then maybe retire at like 55, 65, well possibly 55 because that's earlier, and then just like end your life that way. Would you think that is probably everyone's life of excellence, or maybe okay, that's maybe not the best way to illustrate life of excellence. Life of excellence comes in ways like, oh, suddenly you got a jackpot, or you like for some reason you just got rich or something, and then you can like enjoy life as you want.
Okay.
What do you think?
Wait. Are you asking like those normal kind of path that people are thinking about is life excellence?
Yes. I'm asking like, whether do you think the social perspective of life of excellence is this way? Like that's like just like you're winning in life, something like that.
Yeah. Yes. I actually think that most of the people believe this is what life excellence, and they're trying to achieve that as well.
And okay, in this case, what do you think is mediocrity in their life?
Okay.
If you think that that's life of excellence, of course, I guess like what I said, there's like two stages. So life of excellence is like life of excellence is where they get a jackpot or something, like they just get rich and then enjoy life. So but then like actually when I say that way, do I mean that life of excellence is like getting jackpot and then doing what you want,
Actually,
and then mediocrity is just like
I don't.
the normal life?
Actually, I don't get the getting jackpot equals to life excellence, that part.
Oh, you don't really understand that, because like normally people just think that like when you have money, then you win in life.
Oh, okay.
I guess that's a general thing. So I guess like when you're successful in life, you just get more money. Like when you get more money, you're basically successful in life because you can do whatever you want, isn't it? And I'm actually in that case, I'll say that the general public's perspective of life of excellence is probably you are rich, you can do whatever you want, you can spend whatever you want, and then you can have like you have children, everything, I guess. And then mediocrity is what like a normal life, which I said, so I should actually correct whatever I said just now. So yeah, like mediocrity is like just normal life where you just go the path like everyone does. Okay, so successful life is basically just being rich. Okay, I guess I kind of understood my definition now. Do you think that's a public perception?
Okay, although personally I don't agree that we define life of excellence equals to becoming rich, but I think most of the public might think so. Like usually we the society kind of like how to say tie those rich people as someone who are very successful and rich, but regardless of how they actually get to that level of richness, yeah.
Pardon, sorry, I wasn't focusing. So sorry.
Okay, I was saying that although personally I don't actually agree that life excellence equals to getting rich. I mean becoming a very rich person regardless of what you've done to reach that level of richness. Yeah. But I do think that the society, the public actually think so. Like you usually tie those rich people with successful or excellent life or whatever. Yeah.
Okay, I understand. Yeah, like of course, for me, I don't personally think that being rich is like an excellent life, but I do agree. Mediocrity, it depends. The societal standard which we agreed on just now, I would agree that that's one of it, one of a mediocre life. But for me, there's actually way more mediocre life, which I think about like of course, following the Asian standard of growing up and all this, that is mediocre. That's nowhere something that I want to follow because, yeah, why do you want to do
Yeah.
everything that everyone else does? So, um, like what I said, like we live a finite life. We should, and we live a finite life in an infinite world. So we should probably enjoy more and think, more stuff like that. But for me, if you think about being rich and all, that is actually being mediocre as well. That's a very mediocre life as well. Because
Okay.
what's the point of getting rich and then you just tie up yourself to all these abstract things in life? Because like money is unlike other
So it's like
abstract
you
things
have
which
money but you don't have
actually
anything.
last. Yes, you have money, but the thing is, the value of money is defined by others. It's not defined by you. And someday, like everyone, if like this goes in a bit deep about the value of currency and money, all that. But like money and all this, generally, they having money, you can spend whatever you want. But then, what's the reason of you doing all this? Like, are you just spending because you can spend, or you're doing some other reason? Of course, when you are rich, you actually use the money that you have. Like, for example, I would take Elon Musk as an example, where after he sold 2zip, his first startup, he put most of his money into X.com, which in turn turned into PayPal. I think that is the way of life, where that is actually a life of excellence, because there's no point of stashing all that money into back of his car and then like just spend that for the rest of his life. But instead, he actually used it on something he's passionate about, so that you are actually getting more value out of a transfer of value. Money is just like a transfer of value, or something, a thing which people mutually agreed on. Like, I agree that this thing has a value, so we are using this as a to trade, to buy things, because we mutually agree there's a value in it. But if you just keep those abstract value there, which people, just because people agree on that, therefore they has value, I think it's useless. But when you use that into something that you think has value in it, that is where you are actually living an excellent life. So my life of excellence is something like, you can constantly create value, whether is it for yourself or for other people.
Okay.
Like having a lot of money, it's like useless. Or like even having a lot of time, which is when you are retired, is pointless as well. Like when you don't have like
something
an
you want to
objective
do.
on spending the time, because throughout your life you have been putting too much effort into like just getting money, and then like paying like your houses, paying your cars, paying for a child education. By the time you stop working, it reaches a point where you don't know what to do. Like I thought of this last Sunday as well. So I was just lazy, and then I didn't want to work on the stuff which I'm working on. And then I was thinking like, oh, it would be so great if I can just do nothing. But would I really want to do nothing? When I think of that, like the boredness of having nothing to do is actually even worse. You felt like life is like pointless. So I think a life of excellence is actually, there is multiple things which you can find value in, or you can actually you can actually create value from things. That is my perspective of life excellence. That's why I never agreed on the Asian way of growing up, because you are creating value for other people, basically. Like when you are following whatever your teachers your teachers objective of getting an A, or your parents objective of getting an A, you are like creating value for them. Because maybe when they get this, when you get this A, they are the one feeling satisfied. Of course, you get satisfied because you tie your identity to them, but in the end, it's just an abstract short-term gratification. It's not like a long-term thing which you can use it in the future as well. But when you actually do explore things which you are interested in, you know how to do things, you create value out of it.
Okay.
Because you will further explore. You won't just like, oh, let's follow what this guy did, and then I'll just go through it. But instead, you find another new path which no one went into. So I think like that's why I never agreed on the Asian way of growing up.
Okay.
You saying something?
Yeah. But do you think as for now, as more Asian parents becoming more open-minded, slightly more open-minded, like they accept more stuff other than just those what society says is good. Do you think that the youngster might grow up having a different definition of mediocrity as well? Like, yeah.
Yes and no, because the thing is, even though I think it's a general societal shift which changed the perspective of the Asian parents. This is what I see. They are still limited to whatever the societal society think is the right way.
Okay.
They even whatever they do, they try to get confirmation with some other people. They don't just build their own path. Yeah, they are not this applies to most people. They are just not brave enough to just like step out in the wild and just like do things which no one else does. Of course, when you do something new, usually you have some guidance as well. But generally, I think Asian parents, they do things which are highly supported by a community. They don't just do something that is like supported by one or two person. So that's but whether their children will grow up to be different, compared to us, yes, definitely different. But if you want to say growing in a novel way, no, I won't. I don't think they will do that. They will. So like the novel way maybe will start off, I believe, like maybe in like your after 18, like when in your 20s, when you are actually, because there's a period of I believe you as well, when we are seeking for our own identity, we are understanding what our life is about. But certain I think in previous Asian generation, nope, they don't do that. They just blindly follows whatever their parents says, right? But now maybe there's still parents, I mean like there's still children thinking of that way. They just like blindly follow. But I think in upcoming future generation, there will be less of children growing up this way. So they will try to find purpose or like the meaning of their own life. Ish.
Okay.
That's what I think. Like more often, yeah. Which is something I've done because understanding what I actually want in the future, instead of like just like work every day and grow up, get a family, pay house loan, everything like this. Yeah, it's not the way I want.
Yeah, actually, I haven't really thought of. No, haven't. I mean, I didn't really think the same way. For my future, like most of my friends around me, they actually think that they want to get a house, get a family in the future, and then get a very good job. But actually, for me, I didn't really think it this way. Instead, I think the excellent part is directly tied to me, just me, like me becoming a better person, or me doing something good for the society and so yeah. So sometimes I actually think, is it my what?
Okay, then would Then in this case, would you donate all your savings into a charity fund like right now?
Oh, right now. Right now. I don't think I'll do so right now. Or
Yes.
yeah. But if say
Why wouldn't you do so?
okay. First I need to I need to
Like you're being a better person, right? Isn't it? You're being a better person that way, right?
but who says being a better person you must donate all your money to the charity?
So you still think that like the money part is important for you?
I think
Because you said that you link to growth and then like being a better person. Yeah,
but
you didn't really talk about money, so I was like
okay.
expecting like okay, like donating. Like of course there's many ways to be a better person, but then one of the ways is actually donating money as well, right? Yeah, it just helps out, isn't it?
Yeah, but okay for the money part, I'll say at least I want to own like a certain amount of money that can sustain my life, you know? Like I can live at least comfortably. That yeah, I don't actually dream of being a, let's say, billionaire or whatever. I just hope that I have enough money to sustain my life, and yeah.
Okay, so your life excellence is like having an amount of money which you can sustain life, and then like being a better person,
Yeah.
and yeah, basically generate experience growth. Okay, yeah, but just now when you talk about how your friends think and all that, like get a job and something like that, yeah, I do agree that those are quite the usual way of thought. So and but I don't really agree with those, but yeah, I still have this thing. I believe I talked about this in previous episodes, where I still can't get away with the thought of getting a house because I just want a security. Worst case where I can just like get back to one place and I can just like feel safe that way. But yes, like it's actually recently which I got to know my life of excellence, which I would love to create more value. Like stashing money is useless when like there's no value behind it. So like, keep starting a business, doing new things, spending onto things which you can do. Yeah, like now I'm starting a YouTube channel, like spending on all this YouTube gears, all this stuff. Those are actually worth it because like I'm starting something. As long as I know that I will be
Okay, hello.
Okay, as I was saying, so as long as I believe that I will be putting in effort, I will be building something. Yeah, I think it's actually worth spending the money on. But there's another thing which I want to talk about. And I forgot shit. Let me think. Spending money, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait. Okay, so
yeah, basically it's only recently. Right?
okay, so okay. So did you think of your question? No, I can't think of it. Did you remember what you want to say just now?
Oh, no, I actually forgot. Yeah, I couldn't recall what
okay, then I'll continue. Okay, so I think actually many people, they actually think that they want to achieve the life of excellence, but then they don't think they are living a mediocre life, like because I believe most of the people, we want something, we always want something more, like more money, more
Wait, did you say that they don't think they are living a mediocre life?
Yeah.
Did you say that? Are you sure?
No.
If they don't think they are living a mediocre life, why are they seeking for life of excellence?
Okay, wait. Okay.
Why are they seeking for more?
Okay, let me change my question a bit. So it's like they want to achieve life of excellence, but they actually okay. Wait. Okay, so they, because they want to achieve their own life of excellence, so they constantly work harder and then secure a better job to get more opportunity and so. So do you think that this is still a mediocre life, or they're actually going to achieve a life of excellence?
Okay, actually, I of course this is a matter of perspective. For them, it actually depends. When they get a promotion, to them it might be actually they're closer to reaching a life of excellence, or maybe they. But usually, I don't think anyone will be settled with thinking that they are at their peak point of their life. So it's a matter of perspective. For me, that's definitely mediocre. That's definitely mediocre. Like, you are building upon other people's dream, even though you are promoted. You're still building something for someone. For me, like a truly life of excellence would be a life of experience, a life of purpose. Whether you're building purpose for yourself or for others, not living a life with just one single experience or one single purpose. Of course, it does vary on people, and some people might say that I'm not being gratitude. Like, yeah, you can get a job, you can get money and all this, but like, why do you want to seek for all these experiences? But of course, the thing is that I don't want to chase for something that is so abstract, because I don't see any companies that are exchanging my time for experiences. They're exchanging my time for money.
Okay.
So I don't want to just spend my life chasing for money. Yeah, which is something that is like useless. I want to chase for experiences and value, but basically experiences is something valuable for me. So you are just chasing for value, high like self-defined value. That is how I think of life excellence. But yes, because we are talking about choosing between life of excellence and mediocrity. I remember when initially I started this, I was thinking like, so should we like just get why don't we just get okay with life? Like, you can just live an okay life without trying to achieve for the best. And then now that I think of because your best in life depends on you, depends on how you define it. So I think for now, I actually think that there is really no point of chasing for a mediocre life, because life is about, like what you say, I agree with you, growth and trying to be better in some ways. And if you try to be mediocre, basically it means that life is kind of like a very very long path, which you are just walking all the way. If you talk about being mediocre, it kind of sounds like you just stop halfway.
Okay.
And then you just don't continue. And I really like this one of this. I'm not sure if it's a quote or something, but it came out from someone and just talk about. I think they talk about this in a startup. So at startup, they move at very fast pace, and then you should be constantly moving. You can rest, but then you should never stop. Taking a rest is okay, but you should never stop. Yeah, so that's why now I think everyone should be looking for a life of excellence, of course in their own way, but never stop, never settle for a life of mediocrity, which is you just stop and then don't try to improve anymore. Of course, like in the case like the promotion and all that, those are not my kind of life of excellence, but they are en route to their life of excellence, which is actually good. They're moving forward or something like that. Or even there are people which have a change in their life of excellence, where halfway through their life they decided to stop moving in their career because they find something more valuable. Their life of excellence
they
changed from being good in career they have a new kind of objective in life. So
Okay.
instead of trying to be the top in their career, they seek to have more time with their family. Like those are being achieving their life of excellence as well. Where
But what if
maybe in
for those
future
people
your
but what
pardon?
if
What?
for those people that they actually think that let's say getting a higher pay, like they grow in their company and getting more money, that's what their definition of life of excellence. Do you think that's still
Yeah, and then
um um a way to achieve life of excellence instead of being mediocre?
you are saying that they are trying to aim for like high position in their career and then like high salary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically those are something I can agree on because you're moving forward, so I think it's good. Being mediocre is basically when you just like stop. You just
Okay.
don't try to improve anymore in any ways. Like if you stop chasing your career goals and move on to chasing your personal goals, that is still to me seeking for excellence, which is good. Just that those are not my not exactly aligned with my values, not really the life of excellence which I'm looking for. And
Okay.
but yeah, it works out for them. So yeah, for me, I think everyone should be choosing for you should seek for life of excellence instead of just mediocrity, because there's no point. I believe you don't want your child to just not grow.
Yeah. And I think that chasing for a life of excellence can actually makes people feel better. It's like a circle. You feel better, then you work harder. You work harder, then you feel better. You feel better, then you work harder again. So constantly,
Yes, indeed.
So constantly you are feeling better and becoming better.
Because it's a feedback loop. But in this thing, well, I don't think it's right to comment on other people's life of excellence. But in cases where, but I'll just say it out, because in cases where like you're chasing for career goals and all that, I personally don't think that those feedback loop can work well because you're not fully in control. That's the thing.
Okay.
I figure out recently that in most parts of your life, it's better to take back control, to be in control of whatever you're doing. So in my case, where I'm creating value, the value itself is the responsibility of the value is fully on me. So no matter if the value is bad, I will have to work harder to make it better. So, and when I made it good, the outcome will be good. It's something that will directly incentivize me to work better. But in career, sometimes whatever you do might not be something the company wants. So that's what I mean by the feedback loop might not work so well. You might be working hard in the wrong path. But when you are creating value for your own self, you know what you're working on. So whatever you achieve or whatever you fail, you understand it fully. But in company, in a career case, you might just like do something perfect, but then it end up to be a fail. Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess. Should we wrap up by this point, or do you have anything else to say?
I think we can just wrap up.
Actually, yeah, I guess we went a long way from talking about what we thought of life of excellence, and then what is currently the life of excellence, and then actually do agree with my definition of life of excellence. Basically, it's something that grows like for everyone, as long as you are growing, because there is no one endpoint for life of excellence, but you're just seeking to be better. So as long as you're growing, being a better person, then it's like choosing the path to be excellent. Whereas if you don't, you stop growing, you stop moving, that is basically choosing to be mediocre. Do you agree with me?
Yes, actually, I agree with you that the constant growth and improvement is what we should seek for a life of excellence. But I think we have to agree that different people might have different definition of life of excellence. So maybe what we think it's mediocre might
indeed,
be
yes, indeed.
their
I actually no. I think on a higher level, it would be just growth and all this, but they limit them. Most people limit them on a very specific category.
okay.
In most people, they just try to, what they are trying to do is they're seeking growth as well. They want to earn more money. They want to earn more money. They want to grow their business bigger. All of these are actually growth as well, but just that the way which they are trying to achieve the growth is different, and then what else? The way of them achieving the growth is different. They just don't see that they are actually achieving growth. But when you look at the foundation of it, everything is just you're trying to create value with growth. The value thing is kind of in the end, you value that a lot. So guess and mediocrity is just like not moving. No value generation. You're just too settled. Which is something I don't think. I personally don't think that even when you retire, you should just sit down and do nothing.
True.
You should. Like you should just keep going and learn something.
I actually cannot imagine my life after I retire. It's like I just every day I just sit there and do nothing. I really cannot imagine that.
That's why I actually I had this thought about retirement. I think a few months ago, where I just thought that because I expect myself to live until 90, and then I think I should retire. The earliest I should retire is at least like 75. But actually now I don't think I will ever retire. Where I will be, if possible, at one point in time I will just be half retired. So I just do things which I want, wherever I want, with certain responsibility to keep up the lifestyle. Because you can't do everything when you're old as well. That's a huge limitation. So why put so much free time in the end?
Yes.
of your lifetime, like just split it kind of equally among your livable life. Something like that. So just like enjoy while time allows you, and then give some responsibility to your old self. You can't just sit there and do nothing. Of course, of course by that time maybe when I talk about being half retired, the other half, like by that time it won't really be working. I'm not sure what I'll be doing, but adding value basically. I will say that when we are doing half retirement is adding value to yourself, and the other half when you're working, those are mainly keeping up your lifestyle. So those are adding value to the society. And when I'm old, hopefully I'll be adding value to the society through maybe charity work and all that stuff as well. Because I possibly can't. It's like there's not much of a point to seek for a job that I can earn money when I'm old. Because unless I'm really, really like talented in a particular field, so I think it's better to like contribute back to society through like charity work and all that.
I actually have the similar thought. As for now, I'm not sure if in the future there's going to have any changes or what.
Happen, yes, of course, yes. But I guess eventually, as long as you have this thought of growth and creating value, and especially creating value for yourself, even though you are living being a salaryman and all this, you will eventually get out of it because of the value which you create. So you still find time to create your own value. So you won't end up being a salaryman forever. I think actually this is something. This has just made me realize that I'm like so contradicting. Like initially when I talk about Like life of excellence for everyone is like trying to. Okay, actually, I still agree with that. People think that life of excellence is like trying to get a lot of money, and then mediocre is like getting a day job and like just living through a normal life and have family. In fact, actually, going through life that way is achieving a life of excellence as well. But the real mediocrity is just staying at what you are, not trying to improve. Yeah, like even to your children, you don't even seek to improve the relationship. You don't even try to improve their education and all that. You just you are just stagnant in life, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's the wrap up. So yeah, I believe no, definitely we are choosing for life of excellence. Yeah, but okay, so I guess head on to the insights section. So do you actually have any insights for this week?
Well, I have only just a very little and simple thing that I actually thought of. Because okay, as you know, I'm unemployed now, so I'm actually trying to motivate myself. So actually, I didn't really go and search for it, but it appears on my feeds also. So I look at it or watch the video, and so basically they are about motivation stuff and so. But when you watch it to a certain level, when there's too much of it, it actually makes you feel unmotivated. Like there's too much of it. It makes you feel so how to say? So maybe it makes you perceive yourself as someone who is not so capable. There's too much of something that actually leads to a negative outcomes, although it's actually something good. So I believe even though it's something is a good thing, but I believe that still should be a balance.
Okay. But I think that balance you can control it yourself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so something that we should seek for. But of course, I think another thing is that not just knowing where you are is important as well.
Yes.
Because sometimes we just put our expectation too high.
Yes.
Maybe you should just like understand your own standards, and I mean not your own standards, but your current position, and then like just know that like I am not who I am not those stuff they are requiring for, but at least I know that I'm seeking for it. Yeah, I think there's something that you probably need to work on.
Yeah,
I need to work on as well. Like sometimes when you just it's easy to make like this basically making comparisons, right?
Yes. Yes.
Is it?
You're unconsciously making a comparison.
Yes. So I guess we just need to know where we are. But yes, actually, I don't have any insights for
wow.
this. So, I guess I did specifically. I mean, maybe I had, but it's just not something that's so new that I want to put it down. And so I didn't have any. Yeah, so okay. I guess that's the end of this episode. All right. Thanks everyone for listening, and see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the podcast. If you enjoyed, do share with your friends and family and leave us a review on the Apple Podcast. If you're not using an Apple device, you can leave a review on the Apple Podcast website with a link in the show notes. If you have any feedback or thoughts which you hope that we'll discuss in the future, feel free to email them to us at hello@incthoughts.com, or alternatively, you can send us a private message on our Facebook, Instagram or Twitter with the username of incthoughtspod. Thanks again, and see you all next week. Bye-bye. Okay, so yeah, what do you think of this one? I like how we usually go into deeper philosophical thoughts at the end, where we can kind of simplify. Like the last one when we talk about the food, And the end is just about being gratitude with what you have.
Mm-mm.
And then this one is just, as long as you're seeking growth, it's basically life excellence.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it's actually through the podcast which I get to like understand
Mm-mm.
the truth behind it. Because
Yeah.
even in the start, I actually thought that what I wanted is like creating value and all that. So like I actually didn't really thought of the growth part. Then it kind of forced me to think like, oh, it's about
Mm-mm.
growing. That's like most thing in life, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, I think like last time when we haven't started the podcast yet, usually we discuss about topics like this, but we don't usually come to a very conclusion part, right? So now as we are forced to wrap the thing up, and then we kind of come to a conclusion. So it somehow makes us think deeper and get an overall picture of everything.
Yeah, I think that's true. That's true. Yeah. Okay. No, I think actually. Yep. Yeah. What are you gonna do later? I still have to write my script. I haven't completed mine yesterday. I need to start recording the YouTube video.
I want
Okay,
to.
what about you?
I plan to look for a job.
All right. Okay. Good luck on your thing. Okay.
Okay.
I think I'll end the recording here.
Okay.